Hi, hello, how are you guys doing? Welcome to my channel. This is Sai Teja Challapalli. In today's video, we are going to talk about how to become a billionaire with cryptocurrency. No, that's not our today's topic. In today's video, we are going to talk about strongest backbone of cryptocurrency, future of internet, and lot more, which is Web 3.0. But wait, before going into the video, if you're new to this channel, do hit that subscribe button. In this channel, we are going to talk about digital marketing, cryptocurrency, blockchain, and lot more. Let's get into the video. To understand the concept of Web 3, we also need to know about Web 1 and Web 2. Let's say Web 1, which was started in 1991 to 2004, which is the first evolution of internet, where users only used to consume the content and those basic static websites which gives the users only read-only access. You can consider Wikipedia as an example of Web 1 website, where most of the users on Wikipedia are there to read or consume the content or to know about something. There is only one way of interaction. There is no two ways of interaction, which we are seeing right now in Web 1.2. Now Web 2, which is present internet, started back 2004. With Web 2.0, it became common for average users to have social networking profiles such as Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Content such as videos, images, and news generated dynamically, allowing users to comment on almost every page, which is not used to be there previously in Web 1. In Web 1, if someone wants to comment or interact with the publisher, where it has very less scope at the time of Web 1, as it has more focused on read-only concept, more of a read-only access, where it's more of one-way interaction. Whereas in Web 2, it is more of two-way interaction. In Web 2, there are two giants you can consider. You might already know about those two giants. Who are those two giants in this Web 2 industry? What are the, let's say, what is the common websites that we use daily in our life? Most probably Facebook and Google. Yes, these are the two big giants in Web 2, which what this two-way interaction, the consumers and the creators. In Web 2, the importance of user generated content has increased a lot. Every person using this Facebook or Google can almost find anything and also can interact in any way with anyone. So now few of you people might get this doubt. We are having everything and we are able to interact with everyone. We can find everything. Then what is the need of the next evolution of Web 3? I know you might get this down. So let's say, how do this Facebook and Google, which are the giants of this Web 2, are generating their revenue? How do they get money? Are they doing any social surveys, giving the all the information, and whether it's Google giving all the information for free, or Facebook giving all the social connection, giving the opportunity to connect with anyone for free? No. Are they giving for free? No, it's not right. They are not giving those things for free. They are giving those information or social connections with the cost of our personal data. Yes, the personal data, like the interests or the channels that we search for, the websites that we visit, or all the things that we search on Google, or all the things that you talk with your friend, or all the pages that you like on Facebook or Instagram. These all data, the A to Z history of yours, your right from your mail IDs, your mobile numbers, everything is stored with Facebook and Google. So what do they do with this? Your personal data, whether it might be your mobile number, your interests, your likes, it will sell to the advertisers. Yes, the companies who wants to advertise on Facebook and Google do need to target the people based on who are interested in these things, So how do they know directly? No, they do not directly know where Facebook and Google will sell this information, not direct information, not like a particular person's information, but in general, average advertiser will have this option to target people who are interested in these things or anything related to it. So how this will affect you? Okay, let's say you are talking to your friend on something, some important topic, or you are searching something on Google. Have you observed the same ad or the same brand or some other brand related to the product that you are searching for is visible on your Facebook feed or other websites on Google that you are searching for? Right? Definitely it is there. So all our data, all our interests, there is no space for the privacy in this web 2. So there is also a rumor that Facebook, through Facebook, there was outreach of the data of 50 million users. So don't know whether you might be there or I might be there in those 50 million users. So there might be chance many of the people get no privacy in this web 2. So this is where the requirement of web 3, which is decentralized web evolutions, step in. So by now you might have already understood the importance of web 3 and why we require web 3. So let's talk more about this. In web 3, it will allow decentralized apps to displace centralized social networks such as Facebook, and individuals such as you and me can own our personal data. So what is this decentralization? So let's take example of Facebook and Google. So in this present web 2, all our data, our interests, or the searchings that we do, our emails and our IDs, phone numbers, everything is stored with Facebook and Google. But whereas in web 3, you will be the whole and sole owner of your personal data and all the finances. Unless and until you wanted to share it, no one can know about your personal data or can do some kind of manipulation with your personal data. This web3 also provides decentralized finance basically on the concept which cryptocurrency run. So cryptocurrency runs on this concept of decentralized finance where there is no middleman or banks who are centralized authorities to transact the money. So in web3, the cryptocurrencies and these things are involved in this web3, the whole and soul of web3. This cryptocurrency has very little thing in web3 which might be used as a transactions in web3, but it's just a part of it, and web3 is a lot more. But all of this web3 and all the other projects which were built on web3 is basically powered by blockchain. So you can consider blockchain as a public distribution ledger where all the data, all your data and related to finance or information is stored. It's basically a decentralized, you can think as, let's say in Facebook or Google, all our information is stored, or even in banks, all our data or bank details is stored, which is centralized. But in blockchain is basically a chain of blocks. You can consider it as the information which was entered here or wanted to should be stored will be with all the systems involved in the blockchain, not a centralized authority. It will be stored in all the systems in the blockchain. So if I am in blockchain, if I want to do if there is a data or some kind of financial transaction which was through my account or which was through my social media or anything, it will be stored in the blockchain, and this information will be with all the systems in the blockchain. So if someone wants to manipulate the data or wants to take my data, use it some other purposes, it can't be done because it's encrypted with an cryptography, which is basically an algorithm which can't be cheated or which is very strong in terms of security and to provide privacy. So this was the main thing of blockchain. The whole and soul web 3.0 concept or in the future is most probably powered by the blockchains. The blockchain is the main backbone of all the futuristic internet things that we are gonna see. There are lots of more other things about web 3 and blockchain and how these things going to impact our lives in the future. I'm really excited to explore this Web3 and share my learnings and experiences with you people. In this channel, we are going to talk more about Web3 and blockchain, and soon we are going to bring smartest minds who are actually working on this Web3 blockchain crypto spaces. Hope you have understood about Web 1, 2, 3, and I have made some other videos on metaverse and cryptocurrency, which is next big things on this Web3 space. Do watch those videos as well. I will be giving the link of those videos in the description. If you find this video valuable, do hit that like button and share the video so that it will reach more people and help more people. Bye. See you in the next video. Thank you.